Hi, my name is Jamie and I am a professional psychic medium. I have been doing this work and I've had my own business for 2 years. I started the end of 2019. And this is something that's been coming up for a very, very long time. How to do this yourself, how to connect to your past loved ones, if not for, a business, if even just for like a peace of mind of like getting some kind of message or something. Because probably like you, I was in the same position 3 years ago where my mom had passed away when I was 26 years old, and that just wasn't okay. I wasn't really accepting of that. I had my spiritual awakening years prior, where I was aware and like familiar of like the afterlife and what I believed that happened, that it was, less kind of religious based, and that this was normal and that you could connect and that other people could connect. And so after she had passed away, I kind of just decided that I was going to, without really making those decisions. So what I had actually been doing, my mom, she had cancer for 5 years, and like on the fourth year, I was really into channeling, like connecting to aliens, and I started doing this through automatic writing. Just because I heard that you could, and that's how a lot of people, they started to that's how they got started, through like meditation and automatic writing. Because I didn't want to meditate for an hour every day, I started with automatic writing, where I would take my pen and paper and I'd be like, all right, meditative state. I'm grounded, I'm happy, I'm not stressed out, I'm not thinking about anything else. I got these questions. What's my life purpose? And I would like write this question down, and then I would kind of, be doodling or drawing or coming up with some like, all right, well, my life purpose is probably something that kind of like helps people, or blah, blah, blah. I want to be doing this. I don't want to be doing this for forever. And then after a few minutes or so, I just tapped into something where I had this thought. I got this download of like, da 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 da. And so that was nice. I asked like another question, and I was like connected in this flow state of like da 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 da. So that's when me complaining about meditating every day for a year, I every day, I did this for a year of writing down this information, questions to my life, questions about aliens, questions about my family, questions about my mom. Filled up several journals, like front and back, just like not to like do anything with this, just because it was interesting. I love to like learn. I love to know kind of everything about everything, because I'm a little bit of a know-it-all. And so I didn't have plans to do anything with this. It was just cool. It was just fun. It just made me feel happy. I was working in an office job, and that didn't make me happy. That it didn't make me feel like I was doing anything. So that was just my outlet. After a while, one of my friends, whose brother, he had died, and she reached out to me and said, I heard from who was my cousin at the time, well, who's my cousin, she said, I heard from Erica that you've been really, really spiritual, connecting to like spirit guides and aliens and all kinds of things like that. I was wondering if you could connect to my brother. And I don't know if I texted her no, but I basically said, like, I don't think so. It's a really like big difference, but I do know some psychics and stuff that you can kind of connect with. And she said the kind of, I don't have any money, like that kind of thing, which is another thing that I kind of want to just like talk about for a second. We assume that it's big money to do this, to connect with the spirit world. Probably because the movies and stuff. Some people, they do charge big money. Some people, they do have like the 1-800 kind of psychics and everything, but try to know that that's just like a stigma or something. It's not actually big money to connect to the spirit world, and it's not something that should be extremely, extremely pricey. So anyways, I told this girl, sorry, no. She gave me the money thing, and I kind of thought, well, why don't I just like try it myself, see what kind of happens. And so when I did try, it worked right away, because just when I'm getting that meditative state, connecting to like aliens or guides or whoever I had been practicing with for all that time, you tap into something. You're setting your intention of like, okay, I'm going to connect to this and just see what happens, and just not have any attachments, not be beating myself up, just see what happens. That's how I can tap into pilgrims. That's how I can tap into the person on the telephone. That's how I can tap into like person in the other room. Why are they kind of upset? Why is the dog freaking out? Why is my baby crying? That's what we're doing. We're tapping into that. What's going on there? And so that's how I got started. This person came to me, and then that was really, really amazing. Told more people about it, started helping more people. One thing led to another, and that's how my business kind of started, because I just stumbled across that was possible. And so that's what I'm going to show us how to do, with a little bit more kind of in depth and stuff. So I think that the reason that I have my business is sometimes when we are connecting to our people in spirit, or when we're trying to get like advice or insight about our life, it's hard. We can't really be like, all right, I don't know what I should be doing, because if I did know what I should be doing, or if I did know the lottery numbers or blah, 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 then I would already kind of have it. If I could kind of like talk to my mom or whoever, I wouldn't be so kind of upset. Sometimes when we are trying to connect to our past loved ones, like we can't get past that grief, we can't get past that sadness, and it's kind of like it's a block within itself. So that's why I like, have what I have going on for people to come to me, because sometimes we all need help. So how you can connect to your loved ones in spirit. First, how are you? Are you okay? Did this happen yesterday? Is it still a fresh wound? Is it something that you can't say, I want to connect to this person's name, out loud, without crying, without really, really getting upset? Because if you are still in your grief, then you might not get much. And then kind of blow the lid off of this being crazy or weird or not normal. Think about or at least in my readings, I know this, some of us know people like this. When you have a grandparent and they lose someone, or when you have a parent and they lose their spouse, or when you have a parent, they lose a kid, whenever there is like that deep kind of bond, the person who's still living, they get those signs, they get those dreams, they hear their voice, they smell them sometimes. Things happen all the time that if they're believing it, well, after this happens again and again and again and again, they know that their loved one on the other side is connecting to them. So they're already like open and receptive to that. That's just what we're doing, of believe that this is possible, believe that you can do this, believe that this can happen to you if it hasn't already been happening. So getting in a meditative state, it's not fun. It's something that you have to kind of stop our busy lives to do. But once you kind of do that for a couple of minutes, it's a whole new kind of playing field. So now, or when you're ready, that's what we're going to do. Just for a minute, I promise. You can count to 60. Don't count to 60. Pay attention to me and really relax. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath and let it out. Relax your body. Try to be present on what's going on in your body. How do you feel? Do you feel okay? Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you good? Just kind of do a quick little scan of your body from your toes to your head. What's your toes feel like? Your feet feel like? Your ankles feel like? Breathe in and out. What's your legs feel like? Your knees feel like? Your thighs feel like? Breathe in and out. What's your hips feel like? Your sides feel like? Your ribs feel like? Your stomach feels like? Breathe in and out. What's your shoulders feel like? Your arms feel like? Your elbows feel like? Your hands feel like? What does your neck feel like? The back of your head feel like? Your face feel like? Let's relax all of this. Be really, really present in your body. Picture a grounding cord coming from the base of your spine, going all the way down to the center of the earth. And let's gather up all of our insecurities, our worries, our fears, our doubts. Gather all of this up and let's push this down the cord. Breathe in and out. And then visualize a white light, very, very bright, any color, shining down on the top of your head. And let's think about our person in spirit, who we want to connect with, someone in particular, someone close to us. It could just be a guide. It could be a celebrity. Think about this person in your head, what they look like, what's some memories you have of them, maybe what you can kind of remember their voice sounding like. Try to picture them smiling, try to picture their body type. And while you're doing that, I'm going to say a little intention prayer. I'm asking my spirit guides and your spirit guides to be present. I'm asking that what comes through is clear and accurate, healing and received with love. And I'm asking as we approach the spirit world that we're protected by love and light. And you can say, if blank isn't too busy, we would love it if they would come and talk with us. And then we're going to drop down to our heart. That means instead of focusing on being up in your head and what your person looks like in your head, let's focus into feeling with our heart. What does our heart feel like? Feel the unconditional love that we have for this person. Breathe in and out. And then I want you to ask this person out loud or in your head, as if you're having a telepathic conversation with them. Ask them whatever you want. Ask them, how are they? What do they want you to know? Do they miss you? Do they have anything to say to you? And take notice of any butterflies, lightness, unconditional love that you can feel. Can you smell them? Can you hear them? Can you visualize them? Can you see them? We're all doing this with our mind's eye, which is our imagination, which is where it's what we use to build pictures. It's what we use to see. This is your third eye as well, and doing meditation or having some kind of practice is going to help to open this and help you be able to see things more clear. But if it makes you feel that this is not so scary to think of this as your imagination, then do that. But this is still very, very real time. We're simply using this setting to connect. Our mind's eye, our third eye. This is where we are in the dream world as well. And you can carry on this conversation. You can pause this video. But for now, we're going to come back into our body and do whatever you want to do that. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes. The more that you practice this, the more that you take time to sit in this space, the easier it gets, the more information that you get. It also helps to write down what came up, what you remember, what you saw, what you heard, what you smelled, any of that, all of that, to help solidify it, to help ground that down. Similar to when we write down our dreams, that helps us remember our dreams, but that also helps us to have more vivid dreams. The more you do this, the easier it will get. You can do this with your guides, you can do this with anyone. In my experience, some celebrities will come through. I say that little spirit guide intention because we want to set a clear intention that we're connecting to our person and not some weird copycat or whatever, and that we're also protecting ourselves. When it comes to all of the fears of should I say it this way? Should I not say it that way? Should I sage? Should I not sage? What happens if I get stuck in that kind of world? No, you're fine. We're just simply connecting with them, and nothing kind of bad is going to happen. You're not going to bring anything back. You're not going to go anywhere kind of bad. If you are kind of in a meditation seeing these things, that's going to be your subconscious. That's going to be those kind of internal yucky feelings that we have that we need to process. There's nothing risky or dangerous with this. It's just like meditating. There are, movies and things where we might hear or think or overhear or be forced to believe that this is bad or evil or wrong. It's just like dreaming. Okay? And that's all there is to it. I hope this helps.